food, fellowship, a special prayer walk, a Mother's Day service. It's almost like we're Baptist. All this and more on Good Morning, City on a Hill. Well, good morning, City on a Hill. Hope you have your coffee ready for another excellent show today. Glad that you are tuning in. It is Saturday. We are officially in the month of May. Here's what's crazy about that is 2020 felt like an eternity, right? Like everyone was ready to get out of 2020. And yet here we are 1 month away from being halfway through 2021. I don't know how I feel about that. Mostly good, I think. It's been a good year. It's been a mostly good year, and it will continue to get better. In part because of all the great things that we have coming up for you to participate in, and I would like to tell you about them now. Number one, tomorrow, actually, we have our Newcomers Lunch with me, Pastor Derrick, and I am really looking forward to launching this. This is something that James did for several years as the senior pastor of this church. In fact, I went to it when I first joined the church, before I joined the church, and I think it's just a helpful and effective way to bring in new people who are prospectively looking to join City on a Hill, but maybe have questions about who we are, how we operate, what makes us unique. This is a great place to just come in, have lunch. I'll talk for probably 20, 25 minutes and share the vision of the church, give you a little bit of my story, and then ask questions, do a little Q&A at the end. If you are not a new person in this church, if you've been around for like a really long time, and you still really just want to come to this, then we are not going to say no to that. But I do need you to register. By the time that you're watching this video, we will have already ordered the food. But we still would like to know if you're going to be there even today, because we can kind of come up with some overages, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, whatever we need to do to have food there for you if you are coming. I doubt there'll be like that many extra signups by this point, but still do that. And the way you do that is through the Church Center app. At the very bottom of the page, it will say signups. You want to click that button and then click on Newcomers Lunch and just fill out the information and let us know that you will be there. I can't wait. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a really good time. I think a good practice to establish as new people continue to come. And we've got a lot of new people coming to the church right now. So great opportunity to meet them, connect with them, and get them brought into the fold, hopefully into the process of membership and really an established heartbeat of this church. Number two, second thing to mention is Monday, so the day after tomorrow, on May 3rd, our very, very first session of the Exchange is meeting. This is from 6:45 to 8:15. June Barker, you know her from the worship team. Kelsey's wife has been working very hard on this project and this initiative, whatever you want to call it. For a long time, a lot of the women of our church have really been, I think, longing for a place like this to study the Word together, to develop relationships with one another. Once a month, I think the last Monday of every month, she's going to be planning a time of worship for the women as well. So really just some great stuff going on there. There is childcare available for that. You do need to sign up for that as well. So on the Church Center app, once again, click on signups and make sure that you sign up there, ladies. And if you need childcare, we need to know that for sure, because that will determine how many people we get over there to watch the kids. Now, I said this 2 weeks ago. I'll say it again. Guys, if you are at home, then don't see this as a free night. Keep your kids and pour into them, right? This is a great opportunity to have some quality dad-children time. And so, but that is available if you work. We understand life stages are different. Some of you are single ladies, and so take full advantage of the signups for childcare as well. We have been loving the R&R service that we've been doing, Rest and Recover, every Wednesday night from 6 to 6:40. The numbers have been growing in there. Again, that's not something that I anticipate will ever be just like a huge turnout. That's not really the goal of it. The goal is just for it to be there and available for our people when the need is high. I would argue that the need is always there, but that there are times in life where the need becomes much greater to just sit and rest and recover and pray and meditate and have an alone time with the Lord. And so it's available there for you. 6 to 6:40 childcare is available for that as well. So drop your kiddos off, come in, put the engines on neutral, and just spend a little bit of time in prayer in the presence of the Holy Spirit. What an awesome opportunity. Last but not least, next Sunday, May 9th, is Mother's Day. Mother's Day. And we are going to have a very special Mother's Day service for that day. There have been times in the past, I think, where we've been kind of almost apologetic about doing anything involving moms, just because we recognize that the nature of Mother's Day is very complex. It can be very it can bring a lot of emotions, a lot of different kinds of emotions. For some people, Mother's Day is great, it's celebratory, it's joyful. For some people, it's not so great. Whether you were raised in a home where mom wasn't around or was emotionally distant. Some of you have lost your mothers recently. Some of you are mothers who have lost children. And so this is a day that can cast a shadow to some degree on your life and on how you're feeling. But we really want to recognize that, but also still honor all of you moms out there and just unapologetically say that the Bible honors mothers. So all that to say, we are really excited to have this Mother's Day service for you, May 9th. And let me just tell you up front, because I'm going to be the one doing the message that Sunday, that whether you are a mom or not, or dads, whoever is there, this message will still absolutely hit you right where you are. Okay, we're going to be speaking to moms, but the principles that we're going to be laying out in this absolutely apply to everyone. And I think you'll come away feeling, I think you'll feel very edified from the scripture. And that is the key there. I'm going to be talking through 1 Samuel. I realize the prospect of speaking to moms on Mother's Day as a man seems kind of daunting. It's not daunting when I'm not giving you my opinion, when I'm just looking through the text, because the text applies to us all, and the Holy Spirit's the author of it, and He knows you better than you even know yourself. So come, we're going to be doing parent dedications as well, so it will just be a really special Sunday altogether. Hope to see you all there. Coming up next, I am going to be bringing in our first guest for the morning, somebody who we have been partnering with now for quite some time, the one and only Paul Gibbs. That is coming up next. Well, here we are with our guest this morning. This is the founder, global director of Pais, Paul Gibbs. Glad to have you on.
Good to be here, thank you.
Yes. We invited Paul on, and for those of you who are unaware, our church has been in partnership now with Pais for, I think Chris told me, going on 10 years.
Yeah, a long time.
A decade. Wow. Amazing stuff, and there are a variety of things that Pais accomplishes, a variety of different initiatives that we've participated in throughout the years, and actually really excited because later this year, we're going to be even bringing in some of our own Pais team members to talk about different things that they've experienced.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Yeah, the kind of ministry that they're doing here. But today, we invited Paul in because we are going to be doing something on May 16th. Chris, our community pastor, has organized called the Thru-Hike. It is a kind of a prayer walk, if you will, to pray over schools, families, different parts of the community. And we're doing that at 10:30 a.m. Chris will probably say a little bit more about it later on, but and you will hear more information about it as we get closer and closer to it. But that'll be during the second hour, so if you want to come and be a part of that, we'll invite you to that first service at 9, and then come at 10:30 out on the splash pad, and they will go. It's about a 2.5 mile, Mike, I think a little under that 2.5 mile hike. Sorry, I said that wrong. But we are doing it in participation with Pais, because this is actually a Pais initiative.
Yeah.
And so,
right.
yeah, why don't you talk a little bit, tell the people about what is the Thru-Hike, what is the goal of it?
So around about just over 25 years ago, I walked across England. I felt that God told me that everywhere I stepped, He would give me. So I thought, okay, I'm going to make that practical thing. So at that time, Pais was me and 4 or 5 other people getting into schools in Manchester.
Wow.
I thought, I'm going to pray for the whole of England, that God will open up the schools in England. And so, yeah, just over 25 years ago, I walked across England. And then more recently, I felt I should do that again. So I thought this time I'm going to pray for the schools of the world and just pray that schools open up, more and more churches like your church, hearts are opened up to think, how do we reach into the schools? And so I shared that with our national directors a couple of years ago before COVID, and they said, well, we'd love to do that as well. We'd love to get our churches involved. We'd love to come along. So we set up a website. It's called the Thru-Hike for Schools, and I'll be taking about 2 weeks. England's not very big.
Yeah.
I'll be taking 2 weeks to walk across England, praying for the schools of the world.
Awesome. So England. So the difference, let's see here. I'm trying to. I don't know the geography super well, but I'm assuming the walk across Texas is probably a little bit bigger.
A lot bigger, yeah.
England. Yeah.
I think you can fit 12 Englands or 12 UKs into Texas. I think
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I drove from here to El Paso to visit my sister. It was a different time zone. I was like, what is happening? We're still in Texas. It was 12 hours later. It was crazy. Yeah. Well, that is really, really awesome. So you mentioned several people partnering. Do you know how many churches are going to be participating in this?
I don't. I know that we were pre-COVID when we initially planned this for last year,
right?
And we were hoping to have 10,000 people joining around the world.
Wow!
And the momentum was really building. We'd got 36 churches / organisations involved. Then COVID happened.
Yeah.
So now we're just kind of trying to re-engaging people. So I don't know what the numbers are going to be.
Right.
I know we've got people registering, and if you go on the Thru-HikeForSchools.com website, you'll see a map of all the different places.
Wonderful.
But I don't know all the information yet.
And we will have some information linked in the description below as well.
Great.
For you to check that stuff out. And tell us how we can also partner with Pais in other ways, just in general. Like if people wanted to get more involved, understand a little bit more about what you guys are doing, how can they participate? Financially, with time?
Pais or the Thru-Hike, or Pais as a whole?
Just Pais as a whole.
Yeah, that'd be great. So obviously Pais comes alongside a local church. We believe that God really moves through the local church, and we want to equip them. But the way people can help Pais is, one, really getting the word out, letting people know that we have a free apprenticeship program. So that's like a free gap year. So young people can be trained in evangelism, discipleship, and Bible study for a year for free. Their training and accommodation is provided for free. So pointing people to paismovement.com. And yes, financially, we raise money. It costs us around about, I think it's about $10,000 to put a full-time team into an area for a year. So if people want to help towards that, they can do that. And if people want to do that via the Thru-Hike, so the Thru-Hike will be about 200 miles.
Cool.
So some people are sponsoring me per mile.
Cool.
So you could do 1 cent or $1 million per mile.
Right.
Either works.
Right.
So
if Elon Musk, if you're out there watching, then you heard it here.
2 million for him.
Yeah.
So if it and a rocket to get me there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so if you go to Thru-HikeForSchools.com or find me on Facebook, and sponsor would be amazing. That'd be fantastic.
Awesome. We really love. It's been really interesting over the 10 years, and maybe one day here, hopefully soon, we'll get Chris on and talk about just the way our partnership with Pais came together, because it was a very fortuitous and strange way that it came to pass. We had a youth pastor that was suddenly left out of that position, and we had just brought in two of y'all's apprentices, Julia and Rachel. I don't know if you remember Julia Kleitzing and Rachel. I don't remember her last name. She's Rachel Green now. She's since married, but this was 10 years ago.
I only remember the really good ones or the really naughty ones.
Yeah, right. And they came in really just as sort of like a demo to show us like what Pais could be.
Okay.
And then we lost our youth pastor, and so we were like, hey, well, why don't y'all stick around for a few months? And they really carried us well. And it was at that time Chris Cunnington was involved. He came, and I don't remember how all the pieces fit together, but we ended up with Chris and Emma both, which have been tremendous blessings to us, and have since had several teams and several. We've hosted you to come and do some of the different master classes. Which now that we're kind of coming out of COVID, we need to talk again about that and doing one of those again soon. So if you would like to sponsor again the mile per mile deal, then do that. Of course, if you're a part of this body, then we hope that you'll really prioritize this. Go to the 9 o'clock service, and then go to the 10:30 Thru-Hike that we're going to be doing. We'll be meeting again right out on the splash pad in front of the children's building. Chris Cunnington is leading that up, so if you have any questions at all, you can message him or call the church office. We'll connect you with him as well. And thank you for being on here.
Now, there's one thing that people can engage if you want to.
Yeah,
so I'll be blogging or vlogging, as they call it, every day. So if people want to walk through England with me virtually, they can do that.
Okay.
And also you can go to thru-hikeforschools.com. And you can download what I'll be praying for every day.
Super.
So I'll be praying for a different nation, a different thing to do with young people every day. So
Love it. That is awesome. Well, thank you for being on here.
No problem.
Yeah. So coming up next, we're actually going to bring in Chris. And since we're going to be praying over the schools, we thought we would play a little bit of a game, more or less the kind of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, kind of modeled after that. And we thought, who better to play against Chris than the person who holds dominion over our fifth graders, his wife, our children's pastor, Emma Cunnington. That's coming up next.
Well, hey everybody at home, welcome to this game that we are stealing called Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So if you just watched the previous segment, we had Paul Gibbs on to talk with Derrick about the Thru-Hike for schools. I believe that's the name, right, Chris?
Correct.
Which Chris is going to be leading at our church. What's the date and time for that? One more time, Chris.
May 16th at 10:30 a.m. So it's just second hour that Sunday. We're going to meet out on the splash pad. We're going to do a prayer walk about 2 miles just over and pray for the schools and the families and the kids in East Fort Worth.
It's going to be awesome. So if you've ever thought to yourself, man, I want to wear my walking shoes to church,
That's the day.
Perfect Sunday for you to do that.
I mean, you don't do that every Sunday?
I don't do that every Sunday. Yeah.
Do you wear golf pants?
Sometimes. So, and then we also have Emma, our children's pastor, here because we're praying for schools, and I thought, man, Emma knows all about the people that are in schools, kids. And since we have this lovely combination of things happening, we're going to play Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And Emma, I'm assuming that you're going to do well because you're around fifth graders more than I am. The catch about this is this quiz was really designed, it's an online quiz that we found. It's really designed more for American fifth graders.
Okay, so if we get them wrong, it's not because we're dumb, it's because we're British. That's my excuse. And I'm sticking to it.
Okay, we'll see how that goes. So we don't have any fifth graders available. Usually the way the show works is you have a fifth grader you team up with. There weren't any at the church today that we could grab. So you guys are just on your own.
Okay.
But these are things that a fifth grader should be able to figure out. We're going to test your knowledge, see how y'all do. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
At the end of this, the quiz will tell us if you are smarter than a American fifth grader. Here we go. Question number 1.
Wait, is it to someone or do you ask it to one of us?
I'm going to ask both of you guys at the same time.
Okay.
I'm going to give you multiple choice answers, or true or false, just like they did at school.
Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I often would put the true or false if I wasn't sure about something. Hopefully the teacher would be stumped. Never worked. All right, here we go, guys. Are you ready for the first question?
Yes.
If a car is traveling at 40 miles per hour, oh, sorry, that's not metric, guys. How long will it take to go 190 miles? Here are your 4 choices.
Oh gosh.
4 hours and 45 minutes, 3 hours and 30 minutes, 4 hours and 15 minutes, 3 hours and 15 minutes.
C. 4 hours and 15 minutes.
Okay, got 4 hours and 15 minutes from Chris.
What was the first option?
4 hours and 45 minutes.
4
And
hours
remember,
and
you're going
45
40 miles per hour, 190 miles.
4 hours and 45 minutes.
All right, so Emma wants 4 hours and 45, and Chris wants 4:15. All right, Emma, you are correct. 4:45 was the right answer.
Dang.
It's all right, Chris. I mean,
It's okay.
It's all right.
That's math.
It's math. All right, you ready for the next question? So this next question is a true or false. Is this a picture of a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
No.
No.
All right, so they're
False.
both saying false. It is false. That is correct. That is a Stegosaurus. Wow, impressive knowledge there.
That's a point.
Yeah. Right there. All right. How many nouns are in the following sentence? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
The rabbit ran to the cafeteria and ate a big salad. Let me know if you want to
Say it
this
again.
one time. The rabbit ran to the cafeteria and ate a big salad.
Okay.
You know.
Is it multiple choice?
3.
All right, got it. 3 from Chris. Yeah, your answers are 2, 3, 4, or 5.
3.
So you guys are both answering 3. Are you both sure?
3. It's 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Rabbit cafeteria salad.
All right. 3 is the correct answer. So great
Yay.
job, y'all. You're doing great so far.
This is stressful.
It is stressful.
Poor 5th graders.
Poor 5th graders. What do we put them through?
I know.
Wow.
Stressing them out in life.
I don't know. Maybe we just need to cut them off at 4th grade.
Yeah.
Honestly. All right, here we go, guys. This one might get you. All right. What unit of measurement is abbreviated lowercase OZ?
Ounce.
Great job, guys. Great job. I mean, that was the correct.
I feel like it's a trick question.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. This is a true-false answer. The human shoulder, I don't know why I read it like that. The human shoulder is a ball and socket joint. True or false?
True.
Correct.
You guys are both answering true?
True.
All right, very good.
All right. So is Emma still in the lead?
Yes.
Technically, yes.
Oh, come on.
All right, here's the next question. Are y'all ready? Which one of these is a mammal? A seahorse, a sea lion, or a sea urchin? Which one is a mammal?
A seahorse, a sea urchin, or what?
A sea lion.
You can go first.
I'm gonna say sea lion.
Yeah,
Okay.
sea lion.
Sea lion, are you
It's a
sure?
sea
Chris? All right, and you guys are both correct. So great job.
Dang it, I didn't want Emma to steal my answer and she had it right already.
Man, that's All right, so this next question is multiple choice. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Which continent is the least populated? The answers are Asia, Antarctica, Australia, or Europe. As an Australian,
We know it's.
Just so you know, in England, Australia is not a continent.
okay.
I'll put that one out
It's
there.
very interesting.
I would say Antarctica,
Correct.
Okay.
unless the population is penguins, in which case it may.
You guys are both correct. These are for people and not penguins. So, okay,
People, not penguins.
this is an interesting one.
That's a ministry principle.
Yes,
Right there.
there it really is. I like to say, ministry isn't so black and white. All right, so
Unless you're in Antarctica.
unless they're in Antarctica, because it's for penguins. All right, this is I don't know if you guys are gonna get this one. Since the late 1930s, what calendar date has been designated for the inauguration of a United States president? Here are the answers: January 1st, January 15th, January 20th, or January 23rd.
Ladies first.
No.
15th.
Okay, got it. 15th. Is that your final answer, Chris?
Yes.
Okay.
20th.
Dang it.
Alrighty, and the correct answer was January 20th. Emma has another
she
one.
was so confident on that one too.
Wow, how did you know that one so quickly?
I mean, it happened this year.
Wow, great memory there from Emma.
I'll
Wow.
throw that out there.
I kind of just, I guess, I care more about who's going to be president rather than what day it's going to be.
Whatever.
Well, that's great.
But neither one of us can vote. That was
True.
sort of an unfair question.
It's very true. Did you guys if I asked something about when the Queen normally gets coordinated with?
I mean,
That's
that's happened
not-
once in the last.
But you know when it
70
happened
years.
last? No.
The date
Very
that
long
no,
time ago.
I do not know the
Okay.
answer to
Alright,
that.
very good.
We were not alive.
Alrighty, next question. In the initials of the federal agency known as NASA, what does the first A stand for? And here are your options.
Association.
Here are your options. American, Aeronautics, Association, or Administration. And Emma, since you got the last one correct, you go first.
Oh gosh. The first A.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the word. Give me the answers again.
American,
Uh-huh.
Aeronautics,
Uh-huh.
Association, or Administration.
I'm gonna go with aeronautics.
Okay, Chris, your answer was?
Association.
Okay. Aeronautics and Association. Your answers are locked in. And Emma is again correct with aeronautics.
Dude.
Woo!
Okay,
Emma!
tell me what NASA stands for.
I have
What?
no clue. That's a
I
complete
believe
guess.
it's
I knew
National Aeronautics and Space Association. But if you know it, answer below. Because I'm not
Too
sure
late.
about
Doesn't
that
help
I have
now.
no clue.
Doesn't help now. Wow.
Joel can
Chris,
just brag.
how are you
They
feeling?
have Google. Okay, I just have this.
It's not the Google.
Oh man, that's incredible. All right, this one is about the American Revolution, so this could be a sore subject for y'all. I don't know. What revolutionary leader wrote the influential Common Sense in 1776? The answers are
Word of the-
John Locke, Abraham Lincoln, Thomas Paine, or John Adams.
Who's first?
I believe you said.
Adams
Okay.
is a guess.
I'm gonna go with that too because he's in Hamilton.
All right,
That's
so
the only
both
frame of
locked in
reference I've got
on
right
John
there.
Adams. You guys are both incorrect. It was actually Thomas Paine.
Oh gosh.
Never heard of that man.
Yeah, well, I think he was actually also in Hamilton. But hey,
Was he?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear him.
You didn't pay that
Anyways.
close
At
attention.
least he was mentioned in Hamilton. All right, I believe we've got a couple more questions, guys. So here we go. What was the name of the first satellite pulled into orbit by the United States? We have the Explorer, the Titan, the Mercury, or the Apollo. This is a satellite.
Say him again.
Explorer, Titan, Mercury, or Apollo?
I'm gonna guess Titan.
All right. Chris is guessing Titan.
I'm
Emma?
gonna go Explorer.
Explorer. And Emma is also again correct with Explorer. Wow, I'm seeing some gap happening here. I think Emma's still batting 1,000.
I can't put it back. It's
So, according to my official
over.
scorekeeper, we have 10 over here for Emma correct and 6 for Chris.
6.
So this is going great so far.
60%. Is that a pass?
I don't even know. Alrighty, guys, we are
It's
at
not even
our
a pass.
bonus questions. So this is some chance to redeem yourself here. You know how they always put bonus questions in quizzes, or at least they did for us in America. I don't know about y'all.
Bonus questions? Is it a chance to redeem?
Yeah, some extra
It's not really
points.
bonus though, is it? It's just another question.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
why
I
they
think
can-
if you get it wrong, it doesn't really count against you. It's just a point to maybe get some extra points.
Oh, okay.
At least that's how they did it back in my day.
Huh.
I don't know.
So
here's
I
some-
can't do better than 6 out of 10, no matter what.
That is your, yeah,
Ah,
that's your base. All right, here we go with bonus. You can't do worse than 6 out of 10.
that's true.
Yeah. Here's your base. Yeah, that's your baseline. Here's your bonus question. What ancient civilization built the Machu Picchu complex in Peru? The possible answers are the Mayans, the Incas, the Aztecs, or the Zapdos.
The Mayas.
All right, Chris is gonna answer the Mayas.
I'm gonna guess the Aztecs.
And unfortunately, you guys are both incorrect. It was the Incas.
Incas.
Yeah.
Inca Trail.
That was your first one to get wrong.
What?
Impressive.
No, I
First
got
one.
one more. Maybe.
Oh no, second one. You're correct. You're correct. Sorry.
Have you ever been there?
I have not. Have you?
Would you like to go?
I would love to. I believe a couple years ago it closed to the general public. Like you can't walk around it anymore.
What?
Something about it eroding or
Missed
falling apart.
our chance.
Yeah. So, yeah. Too bad. So sad. If you've been, comment below. Alrighty, guys.
Is it open?
Is it great? I don't know. It looks cool in pictures. All right, and the last bonus question right here is what species can live on both water and land? And we have, I'm going to try to not mess this up. We have arthropods, birds, amphibians, or fish.
Arthropods.
Okay.
You look so certain of that answer.
Half my answers have been guesses.
Sure. Arthropods.
Both arthropods. And you guys are both incorrect.
Amphibians.
It was amphibians. And we have your results. According to this website,
What is an arthropod?
no idea. But according to this website, we have some results on who is smarter than a 5th grader, and it is our children's pastor. Emma is smarter than a 5th grader. How does it feel?
It feels really good.
And unfortunately, Chris, you are not smarter than a 5th grader. I'm so sorry to let you know. So, that's our game for today, folks. We don't have a prize for y'all except for just the gift of knowledge that we've given you right now in this moment.
So proud.
Thank you guys for both being on today. I want to say that maybe your British school system failed you, Chris?
Maybe that's it.
I don't know.
But if you're out there and you got the questions wrong too, you don't have to be as smart as a 5th grader. You just have to care for them, pray for them. You can be smarter. I'll lead the prayer walk and pray for them.
That's true. That's true. Awesome. Well, thank you guys both for being on today. Coming up next, we have Worship and Weather with some handsome-looking fellow. I don't know who. Stay tuned. Why, hello and welcome to Worship and Weather with Kelsey Barker. My name is Kelsey Barker, and this
Is Pastor Derrick.
And we have some great news for you today.
Gospel news, even.
I was just going to tell them weather.
Oh, well,
Gospel's tomorrow.
that's true.
It's very true. But anyways, guys, welcome to another Worship and Weather. I'm so glad that you decided to join us this morning or afternoon or evening or whatever time of day. You may be watching us at night. Crazy thing, the internet.
It is.
So, here's your weather report for this coming Sunday, the 2nd.
That's right.
Of
May.
Of May. It's gonna be May. Here's what you guys got. So, evidently, tomorrow, if you're watching this on Saturday, on Sunday, it's gonna be kind of warm.
Yeah.
Kind of warmish.
Yeah.
Getting close to 90 there, man.
87.
87 is your high. 65 is your low.
Death is upon us
Death.
in Texas.
That's pretty bold there.
No, it's just a normal descriptor for Texas summer.
Wow.
Death.
Wow. How have you survived it all these years?
You know, I don't know.
I don't know either.
I question it every year.
Wow.
How have I lived?
How has he done
How
it?
has this happened?
So that's the weather, guys. No rain really. A little bit humid, but it's going to be a warm one. So you heard it here first. You can wear shorts at church tomorrow.
You know what I have to say about that?
What? Wow, great stuff. That's your weather. Here's your worship. So for tomorrow, we've got an interesting set going on.
We do.
It's going to be great. We're going to start off with God So Loved. He's talking about
so loved
how God
the world he made.
showed us his love and stuff like that. And then we're going to run to the Father for a little bit and fall into grace. It's going to be great. So we're going to sing Run to the Father right there. And then we're going to jump into a welcome. We're going to hear about some current events happening in our church that you've already heard about this morning because you heard a great welcome announcements from this guy right here. And then after that welcome, we will jump into our last two songs, which are No Longer Slaves and The Goodness of God. And we're singing songs tomorrow that are kind of about our status and who we are as the body of Christ, the church, because we're continuing this lovely series, All Systems Go, talking about the systematic theology that we build our faith upon. And we're talking about
The church.
the church tomorrow.
Ecclesiology is what us dignified people call it. Ecclesiology.
Is that what Ecclesiastes is based off?
No. No, it's not.
That's confusing.
It's close, but no cigar, as they say.
Yeah,
we are
giving
going to be
out
talking
cigars?
about, no cigars either.
What are you saying?
We're going to be talking about the church tomorrow, and actually for 3 weeks, more than likely. James
What?
and I, have been discussing this, and I think we're going to spend roughly 3 weeks on the church, just because there's a lot that I think is important for the body to understand. You know, what the church is, what the point of the church is.
So just like a little bit about who they are.
Yeah. So tomorrow is going to be kind of more of a general. We're dividing it into 2 points: the universal church, which James is going to cover, and then the local church, which I will be covering. And I think even knowing those distinctions are really important. But Then we'll actually take a pause May 9th, which is Mother's Day weekend.
The Day of Mothers.
I'll be doing a special sermon on Mother's Day with a parent-child dedication, as we talked about earlier.
Little teaser. Look for some special content that day.
And then the next 2 weeks after that, the 16th and the 23rd, I think it is just going to be more church-related stuff. And so I just think it's really going to be very. I had somebody tell me this morning. Actually, I thought this was really a cool comment. Guy came up to me and said that he was talking about how he really loves the Marvel movies and how after every time he watches a movie or show, he gets on YouTube and will look at like the videos that they do that talk about like the Easter eggs and the things you miss, right? The kind of subtle things.
Because you're gonna miss things.
Yeah. And he said I had this epiphany on Sunday, this past Sunday. He said, that's what you guys are doing. Y'all are like giving like all the Easter eggs for all the things that we've missed, and I thought that was really kind of a cool, insightful comment. Really trying to kind of drill down into those subtle details that maybe not everybody is aware of.
Yeah.
And certainly there are many of them with regard to the church.
Well, because it's game changing.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about a body of faith that has been built upon over thousands of years.
Right.
That has a tradition that goes back even further than that.
Yep.
So of course you're going to miss something.
It's great.
Because, I mean, how many millions of people have built into this legacy that we get to be the benefit of and get to stand on the shoulders of all these people that came before us.
Yeah,
so
it's amazing stuff.
It's pretty great. And I'm looking forward to learning more about it. I don't know about you. And I hope you are as well. In person.
Yeah.
I would venture to say. Because our live stream is great, but it's not as great as actually being there.
That is true.
So
you miss a great deal by not being here.
I would encourage you to
commanded.
put on those shorts and shirt and shoes and get there tomorrow and experience some worship in the body.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I think it'd be great.
Take your old ways, crumble them up like trash. Make the shot, but you won't make it because we're not professional basketball players.
Speak for yourself.
And come to church. We'd love to see you tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be great.
What is holding you back, really? Hopefully nothing.
Hopefully nothing.
But until then, have a good morning, City on a Hill.